Hello everyone, welcome back to the Revival. Today it's the Champions League, Newcastle United versus Atletico de Madrid, or Atletico Madrid as most people would call them. Today's lineup is as follows. We've made a couple of little changes, nothing dramatic, but Juan comes in at right back for Henriks. Henrik's not feeling 100% at the moment. He's on a red arrow. We know how much I love red arrows. And also in defensive midfield, Dennis Zakaria comes in for the ever reliable but slightly tired Isaac Hayden. We've also brought Xavi onto the bench in the place of Almiron. And that's pretty much everything there. Todibo coming in. Alves is going to play backup for Juan today. The transfer market not allowing us to move on one of our right backs, so we do have three attacking minded right backs at the moment, but no worry, because Dani Alves can play right midfield, centre midfield. He can even play as a right wing forward if we need him to, so we have options. And that doesn't mean that we could bring Alves on for Maximan later on if we were feeling really super adventurous. Maybe we'll try that for shits and giggles depending on how things go. Rest of the team pretty standard, and Kunku and Jonjo Shelvey maintaining their partnership at the attacking end of the midfield, and the ever reliable front three of Vinicius Jr., Timo Werner and Alan Saint-Maximin. We'll see how we get on against what is a very strong Atletico Madrid team. Pretty much most of the players that were in the squad that took on Liverpool and beat them recently. Although many would say that Liverpool completely outplayed them in the second leg, it was still the end result that Madrid wanted, and they did end up going through. So not that that seems to make much difference at all now, because it looks as though football is cancelled. So thanks very much for joining me. This is probably the only type of football that we're going to be watching for a while, is the esports variety. And if you're watching this video, I thank you for making me one of your preferred videos for viewing. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for taking a chance. And if you're not, then I can only surmise you're as mad as a box of frogs for enjoying this stuff that I put out. But I'm very thankful either way for you guys turning out and watching this stuff. So here we go. Newcastle United from left to right in the first half. Let's see what we can do. Atleti already showing a lot of pressing intent. So we're just going to switch things from one side to the other. Bit of a heavy touch from Vinicius, but that's fine. Willems on the left-hand side gets the cross in. Is Werner, doesn't get to it. Decent defending by Atleti. Ball goes out for a throw. It is a Newcastle throw. Not the best pass in the world, has to be said. Good tackling back, but the ball goes loose, and Atleti pick up on that. We're good where it comes to tackling, not so great where it comes to retaining the loose ball after the fact. In the end, the ball does go back to the goalkeeper. We managed to kick it out, and we just pass it back again. Goalkeeper with a... oh dear. Well, that's interesting. Juan not even trying to control the ball, it just goes past him. It wasn't that far away from him. I don't know why he didn't try to control it. This new data pack causing all kinds of little problems for players, experienced and new. Oh, hello. Junior! Oh dear. He took that on the first attempt. Shelvey, he's hit a few from long range for us recently. No dice that occasion. And looks like Atleti are moving to a centering targets approach. So they're going to be getting the ball out wide where they can and hitting a central target man, who might well still be Diego Costa. That's nice play. Unable to make anything of it though. The cross not quite as accurate as I would have liked it. Teams do appear to have been a lot better at defending crosses since this new data pack has come in. Obviously the data pack has affected the way that some players control the ball, but it has also affected the way that teams defend. Ah, it's a foul surely. He just blocks the man off. But apparently not, because as we all know, when the AI defends, it's got a completely different set of rules to when a Newcastle player defends, when a human player defends. So there we go. Come on, boys. You've got to defend better than this. You've got to defend much better than this. That's a good tackle from Zakaria. Not the best pass, though. That's my fault, really. Oh, it's a good shot. Just wide. First time shot there. And really, I don't know why I tried that audacious long raking pass. It wasn't even a raking pass. Zakaria playing it along the floor in the end. That's nice. That's very nice. Werner, oh dear, just bundled off the ball there. Thought there was a shout maybe for a penalty. He was really manhandled, but in the end it only goes out for a corner. Again, the AI siding, the AI referee siding with his cohorts, the AI controlled players. Nice, very nice indeed. Timo Werner nods one in. It's 1-0 to Newcastle. It's not undeserved. And Kunku seeing the man out on the left-hand side, feeding the ball through to him, and in the end it's a really simple cross. And Werner knew exactly where he wanted to be to receive that cross. And he just nods it past the goalkeeper for a lead which is richly deserved. So here we go now with Newcastle 1 goal up at home. It now becomes a case of holding on to what we have, extending it if we can, but primarily we want to make sure that we don't concede that away goal. Have the advantage. Well, it's not. That's not even really an issue at this point, because I've just remembered this is the group stage of the Champions League, not knockouts. So it doesn't really matter how many goals we concede, as long as we end up scoring more. So here we go, Newcastle with the ball again, inside to Timo Werner. He's got support on his left with Junior. He plays the ball to him. Junior now just about beaten by the defender. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Well picked up by an Atleti player. But Zakaria's not having any of it. He just wants to get in amongst all of those players and win the ball. Making good use of his strength. And that's his strength. That's not really the pass I was looking for. I was trying to get it back to Willems, the left back, but it didn't quite happen for me. But never mind. Have to make the best of this. And there's a misplaced pass by Atleti. And Newcastle now able to come forward with it. But the whistle blows for half-time. And at half-time it is indeed a 1-0 margin for Newcastle United. We'll take it. But I want to see more in the second half. Good stats for us. Very good stats for us. I do think the AI is getting away with a few too many rough and tumble fouls that I would have been pulled up for. But there we go. Never mind, eh? So here we are in the second half. Atleti now the team shooting from left to right. And they're looking dangerous first thing, but Willems gets a very good foot in. Plays it up to Junior, who's got space to run into if he can get past this one man. Ah, no, he's tackled. And again, like, you'd think that would be given as a foul, but instead, it's only a throw-in. he won't mind because it's still Newcastle possession at the end of the day. Zakaria. Juan Fran. Nice. Very nice. Good save, goalkeeper. Maximan taking the shot when really he probably should have crossed it. Even a low cross along the floor would have been a dangerous one. But he went for the glory. Can't say I blame him. It was me that made him do it after all. So I'm not going to blame him. And loose ball comes out to Atleti and they're able to maybe start a counter-attack, except they end up playing it all the way back to their left-back, Felipe. Back to Batalla, the goalkeeper. Long ball forward to Farfan, formerly of this parish, of course. Oh, and here we go. No, unfortunately, the pass just not quite accurate enough, but it was a good chance. Newcastle players just doing their bit, getting their body in front of the ball now. That's good support play. Here's Willems. Just trying to play that ball out to the left, but he ran out of space in the end. It's a shame, but there we go. Atleti now on the ball, moving it around the midfield, looking for an opening. They do get it forward. Here's Jefferson Farfan, the former Newcastle player, looking to come back to his old parish and do some damage, but he can't quite manage it. And Willems now with a great amount of muscle and guile. He really showing a lot of heart there. And he's back on the ball. He gets out to the wide on the left. Can he get across in? He can. Here's a... Oh, Timo Werner. Unlucky son. And Kunku manages to hang on to the ball. Just plays it out to Willems here. He's deep on the left. Another cross coming in. Werner can't get his head to the ball quite, but here's Kunku again. Zakaria. Shelvey. Zakaria. Oh, nearly 2-0. He lost his head a little bit there when he had the opportunity. He's not the most attacking-minded of players. When he gets a sight on goal, if he has too long to think about it, he doesn't really do too well. But good on him for getting forward and having a go. Brilliant ball. Nkunku to Shelvey, out wide right to Wanfran now, who brings the ball forward, looking for Maximan. That's a foul, surely, but Maximan picks the ball up and he's not having any of it. There's another foul, surely. Come on, what are we doing here, referee? And now Atleti looking to spring the counter-attack. But instead they're pressured back. Good defending by the Newcastle players. To a man, they don't want to concede a goal at this stage. Oh, and that's a foul, apparently. Okay, right, fine. All right, I see, referee. A yellow card as well, is it? No, just a talking to. That's just as well. Mats Hummels getting a bit of a lecture from the referee. Now, I've told you before, Mats, you're not controlled by the computer. You can't get away with simple shoulder-to-shoulder tackles like that. The only way you're allowed to win that ball is completely cleanly with no contact whatsoever. How dare you do such a thing? I know it's not normally the done thing, but before this free kick is taken, I'm going to make a change. Willems has done an absolutely fantastic job on that left flank, but he's looking tired. So in order to avoid any potential injury, I'm bringing him off. Mattia is just going to sit there and do the defensive job as well as he can. I'm thinking as well about possibly replacing Shelvey with Xavi, which I think we will do actually, and we'll hang on to one final substitute for the last 10 minutes. We'll see where we want to make a change there. So here we go. We have to try to defend this set piece. In it comes, and Nkunku unable to get to it, but the resulting header loops long and clear of the crossbar, well over. Thomas Partey, perhaps? No, Jefferson Farfan. Well, he doesn't want to score against us, does he? He's got too many good memories of sitting on the bench, surrounded by Newcastle fans saying, why is he put on the bench? He's a good player. That's a terrible pass, and Newcastle slightly outnumbered here. That's a terrible pass there. I'm sure the Madrid manager will be ripping his hair out in clumps for that. And here comes Thomas Lemar, a good attacking player who can make a difference. Can he make a difference tonight? We're about to find out. Finally, the referee gives a free kick in our favour. And a yellow card. Good lord. Maybe that brown paper envelope found its way to him in the locker room at half time. I sent it long enough. Junior doing a fantastic job of just holding the ball up there. And in the end, the only way they could win it off of him was by fouling him. We're just going to loop one into the box here. Just pull back on the left stick. Fill up the crossbar a little bit. Just loop it up. See what we can do. Nodded forward. Cleared by a very nervous defender. Nodded back to Junior. He's got time. He charges up the shot. And there it goes. Deflected safely into the hands of the goalkeeper, who rolls it out to one of his midfielders to take upfield. Oh my word. Oh. Well, Hummels should have held that man off. That's all I'm saying. He should have held him off. He was trying, but in the end, he got through and managed to take a shot which crashed off the crossbar. And I'm very happy that it did. Going to make our final change of the game. And I'm thinking Hummels is looking tired. Maybe we could bring on Todibo for him. It's a bit of a downgrade. But at this stage we have the lead. We should be looking to defend the lead rather than extending it. Let's make that change. And while we're at it, I think we're going to take the attacking fullbacks off. And we're just going to see if we can just pass it around the back. Just take the sting out of this game at this point. No need to go mental. If we can get the ball forward into an attacking position like this, we certainly will. Oh dear. I tried a trick and Junior couldn't quite pull it off. And now Atleti have very kindly put the ball back out of play, and it's a throw into Newcastle again. Nkunku crosses it in. Could this be a second goal? No, not quite. But we do get the ball back out on the right. Lobbed into the box. Headed down. Hoofed clear. Todibo back to Aya. Passes it out to Mathieu. Mathieu looks up, looks at his options. Sees Nkunku, plays it to him. Back to Vinicius Junior. Lobs it in. Very nice indeed. Shot, and the goalkeeper just hangs on to it. Xavi maybe snatching at it a little bit. Really wanting that goal for Newcastle, but it doesn't matter in the end. It's still a victory for Newcastle. 1-0 on the night. Certainly not a rip-roaring affair, but it was a solid performance by the Newcastle team. 3 points winging their way to Tyneside. Timo Werner very happy with his work for the night. As are all of the fans. There we go. Quick look at the stats reveals that we were pretty decent across the entirety of the 90 minutes. Atleti had 4 shots in the end, none of them finding their way on target, and we were very lucky with that final shot, I have to say. As for the rest of it, typically for Newcastle, we got a lot of crosses in there. We did intercept the ball a fair amount, and we made a decent number of tackles. Angus Gunn not having to make a single save, but he was saved himself by the woodwork a couple of occasions. So, pretty happy with that. Looking at the stats, I mean, the ratings are the ratings. I'm not even gonna say anything. But man of the match, Timo Werner with a 7-star performance. And here is the rest of the results from match day 2 of the Champions League. I'll just leave them on screen for you for a second. If you want to have a more in-depth look, please feel free to pause the video. Arsenal beating PSG 4-2 away from home, and Chelsea beating Barcelona by 4-0. Wow. Our old enemies Midtjylland up there were beaten by Bayer Leverkusen, so we'll see how things go for them through the course of this Champions League campaign. But that puts us in a very, very strong position. So far we've played 2 games, we've won 2 games. They have both been very narrow 1-0 victories, but I will absolutely take it in a group as strong as this. The next game up, I believe, is against Olympique Marseille. They are going to be a handful. Right, so there we go. That is it. You can see down there the news story, scraping a victory. I'll take a scraped victory over Atletico Madrid any day of the week. No trouble there at all. The league table, you can see over to the right-hand side there, has us on 7 points and 7th in the table. We'll see how we get on in the Premier League. Looking at the schedule, can see that next up in the Premier League for us is Manchester United. Then we have an FA Cup match against Birmingham City, followed by Marseille, and then back to the Premier League with Wolverhampton Wanderers. So we'll see what we come back for next time. But until then, it just leaves it for me to say thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and for God's sakes, everyone, wash your hands. Bye bye.